Hey, it's Mitch, Native Survival. I got a lot of requests asking me to do a quick rundown of the canvas rucksack that we have on our website, so stick around. Oh, okay. So again, this is really about the ruck, not really about my gear, but I just have some of my kit in there. So right here at the bottom, I have my blanket roll attached with these D-rings right here. And I have this attachment point going across. I have my slingshot in there, my axe going inside the main pocket. There's two side pockets, that one right here, the whole length of the ruck, and it actually splits. There's like an outside gusseting with stitching, and then there's an inside pocket, and I'm going to show you guys some of the things that can fit inside that pocket. Alright, so here we have the side pocket. Has two Velcro attachments on the sides. This is the stitching that the lacing that I was referring to on the side. So, you know, you can put tons of gear in here. I've tied off different things inside here, off of here. It definitely helps, absolutely. I usually like to have a nice tight ruck, so I don't have it right now. I use my axe on the inside right here. You can also put a carabiner on there. I have one on the side here, and you can just clip it right on if you want to go that route too. Clip your beaner on there at any one of these cross points, so the lacing crosses multiple times. I have a lot of cord on here. Let me just get my bundle out of the way, show you guys what I'm talking about. So basically we have stitching going all the way down. Obviously it's not tight right now, and you can secure things to the side of the ruck that way. Alright, so this pocket now. You can fit some pretty large items in this pocket. I have both of my cups in here. It's my USGI cup and my Crusader cup. I keep them nestled. Keep that in there. And then my Guide 38 ounce canteen in the bottom. Now I always use these cups if I'm going to use metal cups, but inside my ruck all the time I just leave it in there. That way, in case I forget these, or whatever the case is, but whatever situation it is, I always have my Glacier cup down at the bottom. That's just a little bit of insurance. So I put that all the way down at the bottom. My canteen, and then my cups fit right on top of there, and it actually sits down a few inches. Let me see if I can fit it in there while holding the camera. Alright, so now that's in there. And again, I can overstuff it a little bit if I want, but there's plenty of room in there. Just close it off. Good to go. Alright, now the other pocket. Just have bags in there to keep my camera dry when it's raining. But this is where I usually keep my books. So this is plenty big enough for your Peterson's guide. See, there's my tree guide, there's my Peterson's. So that fits right inside these side pockets as well. It's a pretty big book, you know? No problem at all. And there's still some room to spare. Plenty of room to spare. So I usually keep my camera in there, and just some kind of like my possibles pouch right here. The other side is, you know, all my water and cooking basically. Oh, okay, so now the main pocket. These straps can be done with one hand, which is important. It's not easy with the plastic clasps. These are metal. I'm kind of a vintage guy. You know, I like canvas, metal, leather, wool, things like that. Alright, so here's my slingshot, my little sleeve. This thing's an absolute cannon. Love it. Now I also have a sling bow, but I get a lot more power and accuracy out of this. I think because I grew up shooting a wooden slingshot, for some reason the width or the angle of the Y is just different for me for some reason. So you know, if you can't beat it, use it, right? So I love it. So I keep that right here. We have this attachment point. Again, you can put a carabiner on here, or you can put one of the military sliding clips, like the pouch holders, right there. It's real heavy duty. It's actually 2 layers of strapping. It's no joke. Now I also keep a shovel in here whenever I use my shovel, and I just put my slingshot in my bag inside. And I actually brought my shovel to show you guys, so I'll pull that out in just a minute. Okay, so the main pocket, you know, I have my axe in there. 19-inch axe, in case anyone's wondering. It's a Brux, and you know, as you can see, the head just barely sticks out of the top. All right, now one interesting thing about this canvas ruck is that it has like almost like a rubber coating on the inside of the top flap to help with waterproofing. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, this is that OD cordage. I kept it on the inside. It's just like an Alice pack. It goes around. You can cinch this tighter if you want. And this is my Haversack. This really isn't about my gear. It's really about what this thing can hold. And I just want to show you that it can hold a Haversack absolutely stuffed, no problem. One moment, please. Okay. Alright, so good sized pocket in there. Get my Baco down there. But just give you guys an idea. You know, my Haversack's no joke. Got a poncho on the top. It's big, it's bulky. So that fits in there with no problem. Still plenty of room to fit things on the sides and the back and the front. No problem at all. You know, obviously if my axe was in there, I fit extra books in there, my slingshot if I'm going to carry my shovel. Tons of extra gear can fit in there. Alright, so last but not least is the bedroll on the bottom. Okay, so here's my bedroll. It's a wool blanket. I use 2 knots. Taut line hitch, remember it's under, over, so it can move and change the tension. Both sides. It's pretty tight. So I can loosen it up. And on the other side, attached to the other side, I use the 2 half hitches. So that way it's a good dead stop and it holds the other side. So this side will be static. This side is the variable. Alright, pull this out, show that, you know, it's a full Italian wool blanket here. So there's my bedroll. So I really love this ruck. You know, it's kind of like Haversack 2.0, really. You know, it holds a Haversack and some extra gear on the inside. It holds your blanket on the bottom. It has 2 large pockets. You can fill, you know, with the canteen and other possibles, things like that. And then you have the extra lacings on the side to attach things if you really want to add some more gear. You know, and actually on the front of the straps, right here we have 2 more attachments. That's usually where I keep a beaner on each side right here. Again, this is all metal clasp. I mean, this is heavy duty stuff. Let me show you. Here's the other side of my blanket roll. This little extra quarters I have, and the 2 half hitches. I attach it to the straps on this side and the D-rings on the other side. And actually it has a few extra things to attach with. So basically this is usually what's attaching. This strap is what's attaching to the D-ring. But it's not long enough for a full-size wool blanket. So I just don't use them. Not a big deal. Alright. Okay, so there's the canvas ruck that we sell on our site, and you know, it's a good heavy duty piece of gear, has a lot of attachment points, and you know, it really does feel like a Haversack 2.0 to me. You know, holds my Haversack in the main compartment with extra stuff if I need it, and I can still fit my axe in there, my bedroll at the bottom. You know, tons of room on the side for possibles and my canteen and food, anything like that, my bannock mix. I mean, there's just tons of room in here, and you have the attachment points on the straps, on the lashing points on the sides, you know, the D-rings on the bottom. It's definitely a pretty cool piece of gear, and obviously you have that in the front. So I'm gonna go get my shovel, and I'll add that and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so I just take my shovel and slide it right through that attachment point. See that? Okay, so now it's being held. And to secure it from falling off from the top, not like I've ever had the issue, but I just secure the straps and it just locks it right into place. So that's how I, you know, just attach my shovel to it. It's real easy. Okay, so this is a canvas ruck, and I just want to do a quick little review. And you know, I really like this ruck because, you know, you can really beat the crap out of it, and you're not going to tear it up. You know, it's heavy construction, it's heavy duty, and you know, if you catch it on a thorn, it's not going to tear. You know, it's not like nylon, and you're less apt to catch it on a thorn going through brush or a branch because it's so narrow on your back. It's so agile. You know, you just gain so much agility by wearing this rucksack. You know, judging by the size, you know, you basically have to put essentials in here. You can't just have a 60-pound overloaded pack, you know, and you know, be tromping through the woods with that when you have a ruck this size. It forces you to understand what's important and understand how important those things are. So, you know, I recently got into reading some Nessmuck, and you know, Muck really talks about, you know, getting your kit down to the 20-pound range. You know, I mean, that's even with his canoe. So, you know, he was awesome at really cutting down weight. And obviously back then they used canvas rucks, everything else, because that was 1800s. So, you know, I've been using this ruck for a while. I've had this ruck for over a year anyways. And I've used it as a day pack. And I've recently converted it over to my main pack because, you know, it can do everything I need a rucksack to do. And it's heavy duty, it's lightweight, it's narrow, so it adds, you know, adds agility, so I can stalk and things like that with it, with my slingshot. And I really love this ruck. So that's why I have it on my website, because it's a nice little pack. Well, it's been Mitch and Native Survival. Appreciate your views, your comments, and your support. You guys have a great day. Take care.